if you have an entry-level digital modeler, before you decide that you need an upgrade to something bigger and more expensive, why not try expanding upon it? And specifically with the Tonex One pedal. So what I have here is my Sonic Cake Matrobox, the first one. Now, I got that when it came out. It was very cheap, okay? But it sounds good. I think it sounds really good for what you get. But this isn't about the Matrobox per se. It's just take what you have. If you're new to modeling, don't spend a lot of money yet. Add a Tonex One, because what I have set up here is basically the Matrobox is going into the Tonex One. The Tonex One, if you're not familiar with it, is like it has amp capturing technology. There's tone models that people have uploaded on this site where you can download. Basically, it's you can switch. It's an A/B switching between 2 amps, so you could have 2 amps loaded in there, and I'm telling you, they're most likely going to sound better than what's on your entry-level digital modeler. And what this will do is also now you can have your modeler will be your switches. And I know a lot of these, like the Matrobox One, it only has 2 switches and an expression pedal, so there's limitations there. But by adding something like the Tonex with better amp sounds, way better amp sounds, this is a much better rig. It hasn't increased the footprint by much. These are still both small units. The Tonex One fits in the palm of your hand. You can slide this in a gig bag, and it should cover your basic needs. And play around with this first, because if you want to leap to something like an HX Stomp, which has lots of routing capabilities, dual amps, you can have dual amps, dual cabs, all this kind of switching, you're going to pay for that, okay? You're going to spend money. This is a cheaper solution, which will still open up what you already have. And you might decide, hey, this is enough. So let's listen to what I have set up here. So we'll start with the clean. So my Tonex has 2 amps. One is a Fender Super Reverb clean, and the other is a pretty heavily distorted PV 5150. All right, so we'll start with the clean. Now I had some slapback delay on the Matrobox. All right, so now I want to stick with the clean, but I want something more in the blues ballpark. So I'm going to add overdrive, and I believe this is a super overdrive. And I have single coil setting here because this is split coil pickups. All right, so that could cover some blues and classic rock. So I already got some country flavor. I could have some nice clean flavor for pop, some blues, classic rock. And that's all it is right now, is Matrobox providing the effects and Tonex is providing the clean amp. But now I want to switch to the heavy stuff. So now let's go PV 5150. I'll switch back to the clean. But you see how you're not going to get that on the amp sound on these entry-level modelers. I mean, there's a reason why they're so cheap. Yeah, they got some basic sounds that might be in the ballpark, but I'm sorry, I'm not going to sit here and say, yeah, no, this $200 or $150 modeler sounds just as good as a Quad Cortex. No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't. I mean, you're paying. You know, you get what you pay for. But that being said, there's nothing against these entry-level modelers. I'm just showing you how you can make them sound better and not spend a lot of money doing so. And this Tonex pedal is great. Now, you could use the Boss IR2 pedal. It's the same idea, but the Boss is limited with, I think you have about 10 amps, and that's it. They're not that they're bad, but even by adding that pedal, you can still switch between two amps. and have a similar setup. But the point is, don't don't think you have to spend a lot of money yet. I mean, if you're getting to a level where those are what your needs are, and you need something like an HX Stomp or a Helix Floor or Quad Cortex Kemper, whatever, by all means, of course, get it if that's what you need for your whatever music situation you're in. But if you're more on the beginner side and you're learning about this stuff, maybe save your money until you're ready. Okay, I don't want to discourage anyone from spending to get these, bigger units. If go ahead, but take it from me, somebody who spent money on stuff that they didn't need. If I thought about this first, or saw a video maybe about this first, I would have done this. And this is a much cheaper solution. I think it already makes the Matribox box sound better. And again, small footprint. So that's all I wanted to show you in this video, guys. So yeah, if you liked the video, please hit the like button. Feel free to subscribe. There'll be more Podgo content coming, more digital modular stuff like with the Tonex One pedal, all kinds of stuff's coming, okay? In the meantime, take a look at this video.